Hmm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anything Goes with Leah and Sania. We are on to episode 32, and both of us have actually come back from a splendid holiday. So we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, we are. I'm excited because I haven't actually. I feel like we haven't spoke about New York yet. I've sent you the odd message. It's like, hope you're having fun, but I haven't actually heard about it. So I'm excited to hear about your travels and your
It was
adventures.
good. Where did you go? You went to Amsterdam, didn't you?
Yes, only for we went like Friday night and then we flew back really early on Monday. So it
Mhm.
was literally like 2 days. But yeah, that was fun as
But like
well.
their need, like sometimes just like the quick trips are like some of the best
Yeah,
trips, though. You know,
yeah, 100%. And there's
it's
not
so.
tons to do either. So
What's that? Sorry.
there's not tons to do on like little city breaks. So I feel like 2 days, it's like you're in, you're out.
It's like this is what I was worried about New York, but obviously New York is massive. Like there's so much to do. But like
Yeah,
when I thought we were going for 12 days, I was thinking, fucking hell, people only go for like weekends. Like they don't go
yeah,
for like 12-day holidays. But there's so much that you can do there because it's massive.
yeah. And the place you stayed looked really nice as well. What was that? Was it like an apartment?
Yeah, so it was an Airbnb like on the top of Central Park. So
Wow.
it was like said to be in Manhattan, but it was like near Harlem. So we were like we were like in a nice area, but it was
Yeah,
also very close to a very a very not rough because it's not rough, but just a very New York style kind of street, if that's what I
yeah.
want to call it. Like you don't like me and Abster, we wouldn't go there and walk on the streets on our own in the dark
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Do you think it's so really weird in New York that it's like because I went a few years ago and it's like you go on one road and there's like loads of really posh places and cars and then you literally turn the corner and there's like rubbish everywhere and like homeless people sat on the side of the road and it's just like mind blowing like one road to the next.
Yeah. Oh no, it's completely like that. And that's exactly how ours was. We were like on the outskirts of like
Yeah.
Gabby Alley area. Um, but no, it was really nice. We just stayed in an Airbnb. Like it was like quite a good location because with the subway and stuff over there, you can just jump on a subway literally just down the road. But it's the travel, it's just so big. Like anywhere you want to go is like 20-30 minutes on the subway.
Okay.
Like it's so far unless you, even no matter where you stay, unless you stay in like Fifth Avenue or like an apartment, like literally dead central
Yeah.
in in the city, like it's a 20-30 minute, but then you're paying like hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands of pounds just to stay there when it's £2.90 for a subway each time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So what did you actually do then? Because obviously you put loads of stuff on Instagram, but what was it like?
oh God, it was weekends were the worst. I honestly hated weekends just
Really
because,
busy?
oh my God, in Times Square. So we obviously like did all the normal stuff. Like we did
Yeah.
like Times Square, we went up the Rock. I'll like do it in
Oh
chronology.
yeah.
That was cool, but it was also such a big scam, and I'll explain why in a moment.
Okay.
Um, like at Times Square on the weekend, like if you're wanting to go, like I think just any weekend where people will travel there, you can't even walk like 200 yards in like the space of a few minutes or like 100 yards
Right. Yeah.
because it's so cram packed. Like they all have all these Christmas lights, don't they? And Christian Dior has their whole wall done. I don't know if you've seen it on my Instagram, but they have like
Yeah.
a whole wall and it's a whole display and they do like a 2 minute light up thing like every hour
Mhm.
or something on the hour. And we were coming out of somewhere and we actually couldn't really physically walk because of how many people were on the street. Like this street's massive, let alone, and everyone was just watching and filming this bloody light thing that we'd already seen 1,000 times. We couldn't move. Like genuinely, people weren't moving.
Oh
So
God.
it's even though it's fun, it's around
Yeah.
Christmas time, it's fun because there's lights and there's things like that. And there's things you don't see when you just normally go. However, it's so popular, as I'm sure you can imagine, that
Mm.
people from all across the world are flying from there. It's just so busy all the
Yeah.
time. Like you don't walk past the street and have a conversation without having to scream.
Yeah. That's
Um,
mad.
but we went to like I don't know what did you do there, but we went to like But obviously went to Times Square, which was quite cool.
Yeah.
Went to like all the places like M&M World and stuff like that. You know, just like on the Times Square strip, which was
Yeah, like the big ones.
yeah, like the massive ones, like Sweet Factories, like Disneyland, not Disneyland,
Yeah.
but like Disney World shop and stuff. If you're wanting to go for food, don't go to Times Square because I don't know if you've been there, but it's only like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and KFC and stuff. So
Yeah,
you
it's like the fast food.
yeah, and it's such a reduced menu because there's too many people that visit. So they have such a reduced menu that didn't even have any like cheese bites. They had no veggie option. They
They
literally
had none of our good McDonald's orders.
no. What the hell? Honestly, I was disappointed. Very They only had like quarter pounders and stuff.
It's
So
tragic. I have to
for it to
bring
be
up Reese's
America.
ice skating because I was absolutely pissing myself at that.
Oh well, oh Reese was horrific. It was really bad. Um, Even before we got on the, oh my God, it was hilarious. Like, don't get me wrong, ice skating's not a comfortable sport.
No,
Your feet
it's
abuse
hard.
it. It's really difficult. And obviously with Reese being like one of the heaviest he's
Yeah.
ever been, um, even before we got even before we got on the ice rink, he was walking, like little steps.
Yeah.
He was hunched over before he even got on the ice. I think it took about me and Abster and him literally clinging onto the rail, like hugging
Yeah.
the rail to get onto the ice to begin with. I think
Yeah.
he maybe like traveled 3 meters in the space of 20 minutes.
It was just the video. It was just so funny.
He was holding on for dear life. There was no way in hell that man was gonna be able
And,
to
and
skate along the ice. I don't know what we were
the
thinking.
photo on, and you were like clinging on.
It was, to be
Oh,
fair, what they did though, it was like what I would recommend if anyone does go is don't go to the one in the Rockefeller. Go
right.
to the one in Central Park where we went because in going when it's dark, it is absolutely beautiful. We went to the one, we didn't actually skate at the Rockefeller, but we obviously saw the Rockefeller and stuff. And it's literally just a little tiny ice
Oh,
skating thing
really?
like in the middle of buildings. Like the one in Central Park is absolutely stunning and you can make a day out of it because it takes
Yeah.
like 2-3 hours to actually walk through Central Park
Right.
anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Reese was honestly awful. Like I would go on my own just because Abster and Reese were like not as good. I'm not saying I'm amazing, but I can get myself around.
Yeah.
Um, and I like stumbled a few times, but you just need to have good balance and confidence. Like that's
Yeah.
the only thing you need. Like, are you good at ice skating?
I can move. I can go round. I wouldn't say good, but I can like skate round the rink without holding on and not fall over.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's similar to me. That's similar to me. And then I get more cocky and I go a little bit
Yeah.
fast.
And then I'm like, woo, and I'm like speeding around.
And then like I almost fall and I'm like, right, it's now calm down.
Calm down.
I'm
Yeah.
like, don't die today. But yeah, no. And then what happened was is he got a little bit more confidence after an hour pretty much
Yeah.
of like holding along the rails. And then I said to him, I was like, come on, just like take my hand and I'll drag you. So I was like, at the beginning, like he was behind me and my arms were like this
Yeah.
behind my back. And I was like trying to pull him, but trying to pull on skates, like a
A very big
130
guy.
kilo bodybuilder, it just
Yeah.
was not going anywhere. And I was about falling over. So what I said, and I was like, you're gonna have to do some sort of
Yeah.
move. So what he did is he just skated on the right side, just the one leg. Like,
Wow, that's better though.
and he was clinging onto me and I was like having to like guide him and pull him. And if someone went in front of him,
No
I
chance.
I thought we were gonna stumble because if he went,
You were gone.
I was gone. But that was really, really fun. We were there for like an hour and that was only like for the skates and for the time, it was like 37 or 47 pounds per person.
Right.
If you're going there, the one thing that I would say is bring a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
like
expensive.
yeah, especially if you're going for 12 days. Like I pay myself a certain amount, and by the ninth or 10th day, I was like, sorry guys, I'm like my spending money is like getting lower and lower and lower because it's so expensive. Like
Yeah.
to the Rockefeller Beam. Now that I think opened, I don't know, have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
So basically it's just like a building and like back in the day they'd have like to build the buildings essentially. The beams here, like the beams that you put on buildings, they'd sit on.
Right.
I don't know if I can get a photo. Basically, all it was a lovely view.
Yeah,
And we'd already been on the edge at this point, which was literally where you're on a building and it's just like an edge of a building.
right.
And it's like glass floor in the middle.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
were to stand, you can look down. Oh my God, it
Oh,
makes me feel sick. Like you could literally look down and see people below you, but they look like ants.
that's making my hands feel funny. You know, when you get that like tingly feeling in your
Yeah,
hands.
honestly. And there was people sat on it. People
I'm
would
not good
sit
with
on it.
heights.
No, no. I'm not risking my life, even though I know it's the same kind of sturdiness. It's just because
Yeah,
think of it as glass, and glass
yeah,
is
yeah,
fragile.
yeah, yeah.
And we did that previously, and the views there were just absolutely stunning, like really, really lovely. And that was only, I think, like £50. So that
What
was
was
£50, and that all you saw was like the views and stuff. But the thing is, everywhere in New York is they don't understand quantity control. So there, even though you have to book tickets and times, they probably sell about 200 tickets per time, and
right?
consistently in a queue. So you may see the view for 20 minutes and then go, cool, I'm done, I'm bored.
Yeah.
But you're waiting to go up for about 2 hours and then waiting to go down for about an hour. So a lot of our
Okay, yeah.
time in New York, we were
Queuing.
in a queue. So just bear that in mind. I'm trying
Yeah.
to show you this block, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. But it's basically like, one of those sit and let me search sitting block. Um
I
but
think I
yes,
know what
we'd
you mean.
already gone on the edge at this point, and then basically we'd already seen, there you go. So anyone who isn't watching, type in Rockefeller sitting block and you'll see what I mean.
Oh God.
So that's what they used to do. So what we were like, and they created a block, right? Obviously, we're not going around the edge of a building like that, without any seatbelts or anything. I would refuse. But what they essentially did is it was like £50 to go see the view, and the view was a lot shorter and shitter than the edge anyway.
Yeah.
But then they did a beam where basically you'd be on the building, and it was like basically a beam that you sit on and you're strapped in and stuff, and you'd go up and then you're all sat on the beam, and then you'd turn to the view,
Right.
then
Okay.
you turn back, but you're always remaining. Now I don't know why I decided to sit on the edge, where I was on the edge of when they turned, I was like at the edge
Yeah. Yeah.
of the building, and I about wanted to throw up. It was not making me feel good. But we then waited 3 hours to sit on a beam for 90 seconds. I think it was 60 seconds. We
Oh
were
God.
pissed, but we had committed already like an hour and a half
Yeah.
into that. And we were like, well, we've already seen these views. So there's certain things that I would recommend when going to like New York is like, don't try and see all the views. Like just pick one place and tick
Yeah.
it off the list because it's
Yeah.
not worth it. Don't do the beam because it's about £100 for the whole thing to just actually see a view and sit on a thing, turn around, get a picture, and get back down. It's not
Right.
worth
Yeah.
it. The edge was worth it because it was absolutely stunning, and do a lot of things view wise in the evening because it's just far more impressive.
Yeah. When it's like dark and pretty.
Exactly. What else did we do? What
Have
else?
some good food.
Yeah, there's quite a good few things that we did do, but like it's more so like I'd recommend probably going there for a week rather than a weekend because
Yeah.
then that you can get a lot done during that time. By like the eighth to the ninth day, we were very much like,
We've done everything.
yeah, we were done and stuff. But we went to see a basketball game. That
Oh, I
was
saw
really
that.
fun. Yeah, that was really fun. That was really, really fun. It's so different to any type of sport in the UK and how they do things. They had like cheerleaders, they had singers,
Wow.
dancers, like in between
The
each
show.
quarter. It was a proper show. Like you don't just pay for the sport. Like in a
Mhm.
football match, you just watch the game and then you leave. It's literally
Yeah.
everyone. Like it's crazy. It's honestly it's insane.
Wow.
Got foam finger as well. Got a little cap.
Oh, full.
But that
Did
was
you go
really,
to the
really
show or
fun.
anything?
Huh?
Did you go see like a show, like go to like Broadway or anything?
No, that's not really. I probably would have gone because it is definitely my thing, but it's definitely not Reese's or Abster's thing. So
Yeah.
they probably would have been there like this is fucking shit. So we didn't go there, but we went to Ellen's Diner as well, which was very
Yeah.
similar, where basically you go for food. Now, don't get me wrong, the food's expensive. It's not really that great. Um,
Yeah.
but the experience that you get there of like your waitress 1 minute will be serving you and then will be downstairs singing a cappella or just singing
Wow.
some sort of song,
That's
and it's
cool.
just it's really cool, and they're dancing on tables and they have like confetti beams and stuff like that. It was just pay
Wow.
for the experience. It was really cool. um but yeah, no, like there's certain things that you have to do in America, in New
Yeah.
York, and it was honestly amazing. I wouldn't go back because what is there to go back for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was definitely a once in a life experience. I really enjoyed it. So
Nice. A good break before Christmas.
exactly. Well, yeah,
Well, now you come
yeah,
back and you're like, oh my God, I need a holiday.
yeah, literally. I mean, I just came back yesterday evening, so I'm still like, to be fair, I had a good sleep, but my body just feels like, why are you awake, man? It's like 5
Yeah.
a.m. It's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But tell me about Amsterdam. Enough about New York City. Tell me about Amsterdam. Like, are you feeling a little bit more normal now post prep, or are you still feeling
Yeah.
a bit? No.
I feel back to normal now. So
Yeah.
I think before, like I was having a bit of a mini meltdown before because I was like, why have I planned this much stuff post show? Because I'd literally like had so since the show, I haven't had a weekend at home yet.
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks, so it's nearly 4 weeks right now. So I've had like the first weekend I did like Christmas markets, went out with my friends. Then the second weekend I was in Manchester for my client party. So I
Yes.
did party for my
That seems
client.
really cool. That seems really
That
cool.
was
You
really
did
fun.
like stretching Pilates and then something else, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was in like an old like an old mill, and I hired it out, and it was really pretty because it had all like plants and stuff in it. So we did a yoga session, and then I just got loads of food, and we just like sat in there and had a chat and stuff. So that was really nice. So we did that on the Saturday, and then I stayed over on the Saturday, and then met my friend in the Manchester markets on the Sunday. So I got home Sunday night. I was like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" Message Dan, like, Dan, I'm having an absolute meltdown right now
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm just like,
I'm
I think
tired.
I just needed a couple of weekends of just like being able to stick to my plan properly and like get myself just have a rest.
I think
Um,
it's not even the plan bit, it's more so that I just need to actually sit down and
yeah,
just sleep and do
yeah,
nothing. Like people think, oh, I can get back to normality like straight
yeah,
after a
you
prep, and in
can't.
reality, like just take a couple of weeks, and you've already been selfish for 20 weeks. Like just continue it on and just
Yeah.
get back to people that you love whenever you're ready.
That's I think you forget though when you're on prep because you're so excited to do stuff again and you
Yeah.
start planning things and then you get to it and you're like, why have I done this on myself? So
You
yeah,
will
that was a
learn.
lesson learned.
You
Lesson
probably
learned.
won't learn because you'll probably still book things
Probably.
next time, but like you
Probably.
probably will book less things.
Yeah, yeah. But so before I was like, why am I doing this? Like we literally at one point we were like gonna cancel it because we were like, I just don't want to go right now.
Mm.
Um but it was actually really, really nice. Like it was such a fun weekend. So we flew on the Friday morning, or it's like lunch, and then got there Friday evening. So we had like Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday, and then we flew at like our flight was 7 a.m. on Monday.
Mhm.
So we had like 2 days there. And it was so good. Like the weather, it chucked it down the whole time. But yeah, it was really nice. It was mainly like food related stuff to do. Like you end up there's like loads of cute little shops. So you end up like wandering around. It's like your typical city break. So
Yeah.
going loads of like nice little shops, like cute little cafes and stuff. But we did obviously like a ton of steps and we went to some really, really nice food places.
It looked amazing.
Oh,
The thing is,
so
though,
good.
yours and Will's, like Reese and Abster are very basic in the sense that they have rice, they have chicken, they don't have any fish, they don't have any
Yeah.
like Reese rarely has any beef unless it's in like a beef burger. So like the places that you were going and eating and stuff, it was like, oh, I'd love to, but it was like very much like couples thing, wasn't it? Where you have it to share. And I was
Yeah.
looking at that and I was like, that's amazing. Like I wish I had a friend or like someone or like a who likes fish because
I
Beth
mean,
hates
I
fish.
will always be there to go out for food.
Honestly, we still need to plan that, but it looked
Yeah,
amazing. Like it looked
yeah.
stunning. Like I think you what? It wasn't paella, but there was some sort of like massive amounts of like I'm pretty sure I saw squid on one of the
Yeah.
platters. Like it just looked
So we really like nice food. Like, you know, some people go away and they're quite happy because Amsterdam is very, there's loads of waffle and pancake houses and burger places.
Mhm.
But I like going out for like nice, you know, nice meals, like
Yeah.
tasting menus and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we basically researched and found like some nice restaurants to go to. So we went to this Korean place, right? So it was like an authentic Korean place that was run by like Korean people,
Mhm.
and all the food was really good. So it came on it was like, it's really weird. I've never seen anything like it. It was like a hot plate, like a dome, and it had like all mushrooms around the edge of it. And then it had like all veg in it, and then it had like sliced beef. I don't even know what it was. It was like, it was beef, but it was like, I've never seen anything like it. And it came raw, and then it's got to cook like a light
They
under
cook
it,
it on your
and
table.
they cook it, and they just stood there stirring it. And we had like, it was honestly so good. So we got like loads of different food there to share. It was like, you know, like the rice noodle soups and all that sort of stuff. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night we went to this really nice seafood place, and we got like a seafood platter, and that was amazing. And that was like a bit nicer, like you could like dress up a bit, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night we went to this Italian place, and it was like fresh pasta. So
Ooh.
it was really good because it wasn't like we were just going and like smashing loads of shit food. It was like nice food.
Yeah. We did half and half really. Like we
Yeah.
went out and ate a lot. Like there was times where we'd eat I think there was about like 4 times that we went to like nice places. Went to this
Yeah.
place called Teo or Tao, I don't know. That was proper bougie. That was really, really, really bougie. Like that was I'm in a £5 Shein dress. Like anyone else?
Oh, I saw you post about that.
I was like, I'm just lucky I can like just do my makeup and my hair and like it's a basic black dress so no one will know the difference.
Yeah.
That was bougie and I like going to things like that every
Yeah.
now and then. But then don't get me wrong, I'm definitely a home girl where I'm like, just get me a bit of food. I
Yeah.
don't care as long as it tastes all right and it's not overly for me, like over expensive food, even though it's nice food, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
I really don't care for it, like because I feel like it's the experience that I'm paying for, not the food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yours seemed really, really nice because I feel like
Yeah.
yours wasn't like a tourist destination and that's why you were paying for it in the sense of like maybe like the meals, but the Teo place was like this whole massive thing and it was like just the drink for 3 rounds for a round of drinks it cost like so much money.
Oh
It was
God.
like £6.
Wow.
Yeah, but honestly, like your food place sound amazing. Like I feel
Yeah.
like similar to what you do. You go to like one really, really dressy uppy place, and then the others you still go to nice food, but it's not where it's like you have to feel like you're
Yeah. They were
out.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, in Amsterdam, I don't know if you've ever been before, but it stinks of weed everywhere because obviously that's like what it's famous for. So you like go walking down the road and you're like
You turn out high just from the
literally.
secondhand smoking. I've never been to Amsterdam. It's never really been on my mind to go to. I don't know why. I think it's just purely off the fact because I know it's for smoking weed, and if
Yeah.
every time that I do it, it's not because like I want to just do it all the while. It'll be in the evening where I just fancy it every like maybe like once every year or whatever. Like it doesn't really like, but I'm not a massive city break
Yeah.
girl. Like I know that sounds crazy because I went to Toronto and then New York, but for
Yeah.
me, like it has to be on that kind of same spectrum for me
Yeah.
to want to go.
Yeah, yeah. And there's some really cool stuff there. Like there's loads of nice shops, and it's like we went to Anne Frank's house on the
See, I think I'd cry. I'm
that
so
to be fair,
over.
it wasn't like it wasn't, I don't mean this in a horrible way, but it wasn't like that sad because there was nothing in the rooms, like the rooms were empty, and also it was so busy, like because it was like a one-way system, so you were always like behind someone, so it was just kind of like a walking tour, but it was like they give you like an earset thing so it tells you like what's happened and stuff, but it was like like when we've been to Prague and we've been to Budapest, and
I'd
we
love to
always
go to those two. Those
they're
two seem very
good.
cool.
And there's lots of like history stuff there. So we quite like, we'll go and we'll like do like in Budapest, we went to this place where it was like a hospital, but it was built into the like all the rocks. So it was used as like a hospital in the war where they like kept people safe. So they go around and you can like look at all the hospital stuff. So we really like doing stuff like that, you know,
Mm,
the like, history quite type stuff. It's
yeah.
quite fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
so
not
that was
like Reese is into dinosaurs and stuff. That type of history I'm not into. But if it's
yeah,
actually got like any type of like kind of meaning in the sense of like I know like dinosaurs have meaning and stuff, but like you know like stories behind it that you
yeah,
actually know are factually true,
yeah,
that's when I'm like that's kind of cool. Like that's
yeah.
cool.
It's interesting.
Um but no, I feel like with the whole Anne Frank, because in school, in like when you did like history as like an A level or GCSE or whatever, you had the option to go to Anne Frank's place, and
Mhm.
also I know it's in a different destination. I think, yeah, Germany. I think the Auschwitz camp. Like you could
Yeah,
go
that's
there all that type of thing. I know that no matter whether it's sad or not, I'm that type of person where I feel someone's pain. Like even if I'm just walking across the street and they're asking for money or whatever, like I actually
yeah,
feel this like internal guilt that I'm not able, like
yeah,
I couldn't do anything. But I know it sounds really stupid. I'm
yeah,
overly emotional with movies. I'm overly emotional with anything. Like even if a taxi driver and we don't have any cash to tip him, I'm like, I just feel because I know
yeah.
it's
I know what
really
you mean.
it.
Yeah,
So I feel like if I go to things, I've always my whole entire life will try not to emotionally connect myself with those things or go to those types of things because it's like I will just feel emotional. But if it's things like the
yeah,
hospital thing where it's like that's a positive because they were trying to keep people safe and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
But with the whole Anne Frank thing, I just think, oh my god, like I would hate to be in here. Imagine how she felt.
Yeah.
Like I just go through those.
Like it was mad, like that they stayed there for like 2 years, and there's like these really dark rooms, and you just like it's literally mind
How?
blowing.
How do they?
Yeah,
I know you will. Any human generally will do what they need to do to survive, but it was even the fact that they had to do that. Like, right, like you look at the day that we're in now, and like girls have equal rights for the most part. Girls
yeah,
can wear what they want. Girls
yeah.
can have a
Not
really
actually that long ago either.
like we her.
It wasn't even that long ago that
I
that
know.
happened,
This is
which is
why it's
absolutely
scary.
insane.
This is why, and it's all about just like culture and who someone like believed in, whether they believed in God, whether they believed in this, and that to me is crazy because I'm very much of the generation where I'm like, I don't care who you are, what you do, what you claim you are, as long as you don't push it in my face and try and make me you. I couldn't care.
Yeah,
I genuinely couldn't care. So
yeah,
that's why it's kind of scary to me because I'm like there was
yeah.
literally an outright war because of who you or what you like. What's it called?
It's literally mad. Like, but it was yeah, it was very interesting. But yeah, I'm glad. You know, when you come back, I don't know if you're like this, but like I come back and I'm like, oh, I'm just so happy. Like I love traveling, I love trips, but I'm like, I'm so happy to be back in my normal routine in my house and my gym. Like I just like I like my like day-to-day routine as well. And I'm like, oh, I'm just happy to be like back to normal.
Yeah. As soon as I walk, I know this isn't my home, it's Reese's, but I spend half the time here. Like, I'm half the time here and I'm half the time at Reese's at my house. And I'm very much the same. Like, I'm very much, it's just that sense of relief that you know where everything is. You know that you're like not having to make the most of time. You know, you can just, it's the smells for me. It's smelling that I'm home, being in the bed sheets. Like, that kind of thing for me is like, oh, just,
Yeah,
yes.
just the home comforts.
Yeah, I can walk around naked. I can do what I want.
That's why I like being at home. No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so that was yours, that was my trip. Have you got any more coming up this year or are you completely done?
We go to Thailand actually in mid-January, which is going to be, I'm really excited for that because that's going to be like a bit of a mix of like traveling and like doing really cool things,
Yeah.
sightseeing, but obviously it's going to be really nice weather. Like we're going to be near the beach, so it'll be like a nice mix of like chill and then
You're
travel.
going
So
for 3 weeks, so like
I'm really
you'll
excited.
practically be living there by like week 2.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So we've like organized the trip, we've booked the flights there and back, but we need to like sit down and like book all the internal travel and like book the hotels.
So
But
you've
yeah,
not done that yet? I
no,
suppose
we know.
in Thailand you can just do that whenever, can't you?
Yeah, we've looked on booking and the booking.com, there's literally so much. So we're just gonna we keep saying we need to book it, we need to book it. So we actually need to book it.
How much
But
did it,
yeah,
if you don't mind me asking, how much was it for like flights and stuff? Like just
they were like between 600 to 700 return per person from Bangkok to and from Bangkok, which is really good because when I was looking, there was some that were like a grand, and I just kept checking, and then when they dropped, I just booked them straight away.
Yeah.
So to be fair, it's like it's a long flight, right? You have to stop. We're stopping in Doha, so you have to stop somewhere. But it is a long flight. But I thought that was like very good.
No, that really is like, because I know Bex, I don't know if you know her. She actually just got engaged. She I think she went to Thailand and it was like an 18-hour journey.
Yeah, it's long. I think
Are
ours
you
is like.
are you getting economy or are you getting like any business or?
No, we're just a kind of. I did look at business, but it was like in the thousands per person, and I was like, no.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure like economy, like even because of how long the trip is still like way better than like a long haul
Yeah,
flight because it's
yeah,
like
it's better than like your standard Ryanair, like
yeah.
Europe flight. It's like a bit nicer. I think we're flying with Qatar Airways, I think, or someone like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. So that's a long flight, but I feel like I just we've got loads of traveling plans. So in my head, I'm like, I just want a couple of weeks of chill. But we've got until mid-Jan, so we've got like a month now of just like normal, like I can get training done. But I feel like it'll be good because obviously it's been like nearly 4 weeks post show, feel back in a good spot, run the reverse basically until Thailand. And then when I get back from Thailand, I can like properly hit my off season. So I feel
Yeah,
like it'll be quite nice to
timing.
have that and then like really go for it next year.
Oh, that's good. Like it's one thing where like December's just busy. Like December's
Yeah.
literally just busy. Like next Monday I go away again to
Where are
Norfolk.
you going?
We're going to Christmas, and that's about a week. And I honestly, like, even though I'm excited for it, I also just want to be at home. Like, I just want
yeah.
to stay here for a few more days. Like, but it is lovely, and I know that when I get there, like, for you with Amsterdam, like, it's gonna be lovely. But you know, and you're just like, oh, I've literally just come home from literally across around the world. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Just let me
Yeah.
stay. I don't
Yeah.
want to
It's like it's
see
weird,
place
isn't it? Because it's
anymore.
like yeah, you look forward to all these trips and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do loads of cool stuff and travel. And then now I'm like, oh, I just want to be at home.
Yeah, it's the walking when you go on holiday, no matter if it's hot, cold, wet, snowy, or rainy. If you're away, you walk, and I'm just sick of walking at this point. I just don't want to do steps anymore. I'd rather
Yeah.
just lay in bed and be fat and eat food. Okay?
Oh God, I can't wait for some Christmas food though. I was a bit paranoid in Amsterdam because I was like, obviously we're eating out a lot, and I was very conservative. Like it's quite hard. I don't know if you find this with Reese. Well, he's probably sticks to his plan to be fair, but like with Will, obviously he can eat a lot more than me and not gain weight, but my appetite is obviously very high because I'm post show. So he was there like pancakes for breakfast, pancakes and French toast, and I was there like. I'm trying to be sensible, have something like eggs or something. But
Yeah.
then he's like, oh, let's go out for dessert in the evening. And he's like, they're smashing pancakes and stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't need dessert. So it was quite difficult because I was like, I'm only 3 weeks post show. Like, I probably need to still be like reined in.
Yeah.
You know, when
You've
you with
got
this,
more you've got more control than me. I think like for me, like I think everyone knows I love my food.
I love my food as well.
But I don't have control. Like I feel like having Reese as like well, to be fair, like we both eat out, but
yeah,
even when I'm hungry, I don't eat a lot. Like I get full quite quickly.
yeah,
Like I think post show it's very different. Um, but I we just didn't plan to go out. Like we didn't plan to go out for food. We just go. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
yeah, yeah,
Um, I honestly I can't relate. I'm sorry because if Reese is having a dessert, I'm having two times of a dessert. Like if Reese is
yeah,
having food, like he'll always eat way more than me anyway. But
yeah,
like I think even post show like I wouldn't be able to smash like a whole dessert. Or I'd
yeah,
probably be able to finish because I already have the kind of like knowledge of oh like if I carry on eating, I'm gonna throw up. So like
yeah,
weeks into like my post show, it was like Sania, like you're full, like stop.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Eat.
yeah. See, I was like, I'm still hungry. Well, I'm starting to settle now, but I was still like very hungry.
Yeah,
But it's just, I was trying to like stay conservative because I was
yeah,
like, I know that I can eat so much food, and I know that if I just go and smash food, I'm gonna come back and literally be like
a blow.
10 kilos heavier.
Yeah.
So I was very restrained. So I'm quite happy with how it all went.
I feel like I could definitely be more restrained, but I also feel like I didn't actually get into an incredibly bad spot. And I think it's because I actually prefer being in the spot that I am now. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, even though I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, I was really lean, like, I looked really cool. Like, I don't actually care for it. I think that's what probably makes me like, probably a short-term bodybuilder rather than a long-term bodybuilder, is because I just don't care for the lean days. So as soon as I'm out of like dieting, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
care if I look fatter or softer or if I've gained weight, because I couldn't care. And that's just because of me. Like, I feel like because I genuinely love this
Yeah.
more, way more than I do being lean. Because I feel like that's one thing that people struggle with, is like, because they stick and hold on to wanting to be lean, but then also not
Yeah.
gaining too much fat, because not a lot of people like sitting at the body fat that I am at. Like, a lot of people probably dislike it, but I really like it.
That's good though, because that's obviously where you make your progress and you can like live your life a bit more and
Exactly. So I feel like for me, because I don't hold on to the past, because I'm like scrabbling to get into that. And obviously there is ways where it's like you get just ridiculously chunky and it's probably not worth it. But like, if you like, I feel like if you just don't hold on to being lean and like that kind of thing, I feel like I'm very good at like just thinking, right, I love food, I know I'm going to eat, so I'm not going to hold on to unrealistic
yeah.
expectations that I'm going to stay lean. And I feel
Yeah.
like the first prep I struggled, but this prep I'm like, cool, I'm fine.
Yeah. I do think I've done this better this time though, because like last time obviously
You're
I
not
stayed.
you're not stage lean still, so yeah,
Yeah,
Leah.
it's better. Like I think I'm like nine pounds up from my stage weight, which in nearly four
That's
weeks,
still
like to say I've
really
been
good.
away multiple weekends, like I'm pretty happy with, but it
That's
did come up
really
quickly, but that's what I wanted. Like I was like, I don't want to stay like shredded
You don't
for like
need to. You
ages
really
because it's just holding me back. But I feel great, you know, now I've put a bit of weight on, like my training's good, like
you
my
just
energy's
seem
good.
better, healthier, happier, even
Yeah,
with just the 9 pounds. Like, you probably
yeah,
still need to put on a lot
yeah.
more weight,
Still
but
need to.
like, that's pretty good. Like, 'cause considering last time, I'm pretty sure you gained like 3 pounds in like six
Yeah,
weeks.
it was literally, I literally could have competed like 8 weeks later.
Yeah, like, it was mental,
Yeah,
crazy.
so I'm happy with how it's gone this time.
Right, shall we end the podcast there?
Yes, so we're all wrapped up with a little life update.
Yeah, that was our holidays. So we are going to be discussing a topic in the next podcast. So if you are waiting around, it will come. We've chosen Thursday now, haven't we? We've chosen every Thursday. It will be posted instead of the Tuesday that we said, because it
Oh
just
yeah,
worked out better from when we filmed it and stuff.
yeah, fab.
So wait up, guys. Listen to the next one, and thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys.